y'all. We're back from the couch. Just going to recap Week 14's the games, and then the scores, really. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think one of the first games was that we had, for our projections, was the Bucks at the Vikings. You had the Bucks, I had the Vikings. The Bucks came through 26-14.
And my man Ronald Jones done fractured his pinky.
And let's not forget Bailey.
Messed up.
Bailey.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's feeling
Dan
just as bad as Jones is.
It's not. Dan Bailey is not having a good.
Is he still employed?
A good. Yeah. A little bit, though. Like, barely.
So, yeah, the Bucks came out with that one. The Giants versus the Cardinals. You picked the Giants. I picked the Cardinals. The Cardinals came, and they showed up. Yeah, the Giants, it was 7-26.
I didn't even catch the whole game, so.
7-26. So, I mean, go ahead, Cardinals. They went into New York and did their thing. So
what did Kyler Murray have? Enough? Yeah, you're right.
He sure did. So, all right. The next one is Kansas City at Miami. I picked Miami. You picked Kansas City. And I mean, originally I had chosen Kansas City just because it's dumb to go against them, but I did, and Kansas City came out with the dub. But I mean, Tua, he didn't do too bad. That Miami didn't. They were doing what they could. When you play the Chiefs, I mean, they did fairly well.
No, I mean he had a lot of great plays, and then just being the fact that he was going up against such a high caliber offense, knowing the fact that every possession he did get the ball, I mean he's gonna have to try to either score or at least put 3 points. Yeah, at least put 3 points on the board. But of course, everybody knows the rule. If you can keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, you might win a ball game. But if you can't, well, it's just what it is, man.
Yeah.
They're going to get the win.
Yeah. Now, so yeah, Kansas City came out with that win, 33-27. Tennessee at Jacksonville, we both picked Tennessee. I mean, they won 31-10.
Yeah. I kind of figured they had that one in the wrap.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of figured they had that one in the wrap.
This was like a little practice game for them, but they got some practice in.
I don't know about no practice game, but...
They got their practice in. All right, Dallas at the Bengals. Dallas came through. Dalton came through because you already know he was back in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
So
it was good to see him get that win.
Yeah.
I mean, they deserved it, especially for him, like I said, going back, playing the Bengals, knowing he's from there for I think he was there 8, 9 seasons.
I think 9, yeah.
And, I mean, just to see him get the win and get him rolling, I mean, it was good to see. So.
Yeah, no. It was
Shout out to
nice.
the boys.
Oh, yeah. Houston at Chicago. We both picked Houston, but Chicago tore that up.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, I liked Houston. I mean, they were doing their thing, but...
Yeah. No, they were. And that's not to take away from Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
Deshaun Watson. Yeah, no, it's not a take away from him. I mean, they were playing away. It was cold. They weren't ready for that shock. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is what it is. They played a great defense. It is what it is.
And then the offense. I mean, they were doing. Trubisky was putting in work. He really was. It was 36-7. So I mean,
Montgomery had a long touchdown too, opening play. So yeah, he showed up.
I was good for Chicago.
Yeah.
Denver at Carolina. You picked Denver. I picked Carolina, and Denver came through with the win, 32-27. But Carolina was making a little comeback as they could.
I had a feeling Drew Lock was gonna be able to make it happen. I mean, he wasn't there for that little game that they didn't have no quarterbacks, nothing like that. But I mean, he's a decent quarterback, and he's got some numbers up, and gave him the win.
Yeah. So it worked out. And then the Jets at the Seahawks, we both picked the Seahawks as we should. It was 3-40. And
he sat Russell Wilson. It was up too much, man. They gotta let him go. Can't afford to get him hurt. But I mean, hey, they had a big lead, so it was good to see that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was good for them too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
yeah.
Just to get their other players some work, it's always good.
Oh yeah. And then the Raiders versus the Colts. We both picked the Raiders, but they lost 27-44.
Raiders.
The Raiders lost 27-44. Talk about it. I know it.
That one. I mean, hey, sometimes it's a hit or miss with the Raiders, man. I mean, they had that good little spark going, and all of a sudden it died out against the game before this one. I think it's what it was.
Week 13.
Yeah, but I mean, they came back up a game, and then hey, just that 50-50 shot for them.
Yeah. So I don't know. They won, and I mean, shout out to them. Las Vegas is now 7-6. That brings Indy to 9-4. So I mean, that's a good look. I think the Raiders are still in the playoff hunt. I'm pretty sure they are in the AFC. They're probably like a 7th or 8th seed. But I want to say they're still at least in the hunt. So
the Raiders.
Yeah, that next game, it was Washington at 49ers. I picked the Washington team, and then you picked the 49ers. Washington came through 23-15.
Yeah, that was a game. I mean, I wasn't expecting that outcome, but
McLaurin didn't get much work, but hey.
Nah, Richard Sherman shut him down. I should have known that as far as my fantasy league. But they shut him down.
Oh yeah,
So.
and then New Orleans versus Philly. We both predicted New Orleans, but I mean, maybe it's because they didn't have no film too much, except for like a couple of quarters.
Yeah, it's definitely rough to go in with a game plan that you don't have any film on, especially like somebody like Hurts.
Oh yeah.
All your game plan and everything like that was 4 wins.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even though Doug Peterson, I think, announced that Hurts was the starter, like maybe I think Wednesday. It was early. It was like midweek, anyways. But even though he did that, it's still not enough time for a team to be able to go in and really prepare like they need to, as far as for a quarterback that don't really have a lot of film put up for the year. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it was what it was. The Saints are still up in the front, somewhat, and they take this humbling loss, move on to the next one. Put in work on the next one. That's it.
Yeah. So I mean, that was that. Props to Hurts. I mean, he got the opportunity and he ran.
Yeah, he had a good look. I was happy for him. I mean,
so I mean, that's
just to see him come in and bring a different morality to the offense. You know what I'm saying? It's always nice.
Oh yeah.
It's always nice to see that fresh start from a team, especially when they're on, when they're pumping on all 8 cylinders, and that's just what it is. So
yeah, it
was good to see that.
And then we had the Chargers versus the Falcons. You took the Chargers. I took the Falcons. The Falcons won, I believe, 20-17. Or
who's that again? The Falcons.
No. The Chargers won 20-17. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, the Chargers won 20-17. But you picked the Chargers. I picked the Falcons.
It was a good game. Definitely a good game, as I knew it would be. Atlanta been kind of inconsistent. LA kind of, they've had a lot of close games that they've lost. So I mean, hey, it was only right.
But it was a good one. It was a good one. I'm glad the Chargers came out with the win though. I like that team, that coach. All right, Green Bay at Detroit. We both chose Green Bay, and they came through 31-24.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty good, at least for the Detroit team, because that's only the second game they played without their head coach. Since he's gotten let go. So I mean, they won 1 out of 2 games, and I mean, they did fairly well. But Green Bay, they're not as good as the Chiefs, but
they might have.
But they might be seeing them.
They're definitely gonna go see them.
They might be seeing them. All right, Pittsburgh at Buffalo. That was one that we had debated about, and you chose Pittsburgh, which was fair, but I chose Buffalo, and I'm glad I did.
Yep. I mean, hey, it was a great game. Josh Allen, he's a great quarterback. He knows
Bills
how to make
Mafia,
decisions.
they were like, whoa.
He knows what to do. But as far as for Big Ben, that pick 6 killed him. That pick 6 that he threw, it hurt him. and they got a lot more pressure in the second half on him. And man, I knew it was coming. It was a great game, and it was what it was.
A lot of great defense.
Yeah, for sure.
There was a lot of great defense.
As it was. I mean, it was going to be a hard-hitting game. I mean, I love Pittsburgh's defense. I had them in my fantasy league. I'm going to continue to run with them. But as far as for that game, it was physical. I couldn't ask for much more than that. So.
Well, talk about the last game, Monday night's game last night. Baltimore at Cleveland. Baltimore came through 45-42.
Yeah, high-scoring game.
Woo!
High-scoring game.
And apparently Baker's best game of his damn
career.
I was
gonna say Baker. Shout out to him. He had a great game. Lamar, shout out to you. You had a great game.
Yes.
But overall, I mean, hey,
this
game is football. It's the game of the year as of right now, and I think it's gone. I think this game
sets the tone.
I think it's not just setting the tone, but I think it just goes to show you how our year in general has gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Because you think about it, this person got hurt. Lamar's cramping. He goes back. Everybody's out. The Browns come back.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go back down. Then Lamar comes back. This happened. It just goes to show you how our year in general has gone.
Right.
It's crazy, but I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on that's good in a way,
Yeah. So it was a great way to end week 14.
Yeah. I can amen to that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. No, for sure. So hopefully all these players get well rested for week 15 starting tomorrow. So we'll be back.
For sure.